a good beer review. All right, tonight, this one is not my typical style of beer, but I have been told this is awesome in 2017. This is a bomber bottle from AleSmith Brewing Company. We've reviewed a few of their beers. I live on the East Coast, and sometimes they are extremely difficult to get, but typically when we get them, they're fairly fresh. So they are out of San Diego, California, so those of you on the West Coast see these more often. The reason I bought this was twofold. Number one, it's hard to get on the East Coast. Number two, I was told that this has a very unique kind of marketing piece to it, which if you watch any of my other videos, I very much appreciate. It's got this heart here with an arrow through it, like bleeding down. It's called My Bloody Valentine. It's got this, I know you can't see it, the lighting's not good, but it's got this beer on top of it, like an iron anvil. I mean, the graphics are awesome. So this is considered to be a red ale. I'll kind of read you the gist here. ABVs are 6.6%. IBUs are 24. According to the website, this is the only way to get it. I think it was only like $8 or $9 for the bomber bottle, which is I don't think that's expensive. It says, don't spend this single awareness day, they call it SAD, hence Valentine's, alone. Grab My Bloody Valentine, this red-blooded cousin of the Evil Dead Red Ale, which is another one of their beers. Our Halloween Brew is a colorful crimson color. Notes of caramel toast, bittersweet chocolate balances, intense bouquet of floral hop aromas that we know you're going to fall in love with. The finish is pleasant, full-bodied, sweet on the palate. That won't spread angry rumors about you to your friends, like the one time when I was Happy Valentines. So kind of a weird description, but again, this is kind of a play off their Evil Dead Red that they have, and it's also one of those beers where we just don't get a lot of on the East Coast. We've reviewed their IPA, which was really good. I think one other, and I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but most of their beers are pretty unique. Red ales are something that I personally don't tend to gravitate towards. It's now January 2017, so we're still in those winter months, so darker beers are easier to tell. I can already smell it. Smells good too. So it's got a bright, deep ruby color to it. There's a little bit of brown residual, but you can't see your hand on the back, so it's pretty dark. The head is perfect. It's got a nice little tint to it, and some of the malts and probably some of what I'm smelling right now are some of the dark fruit characteristics, but it's not filtered, very little carbonation. This is what they should look like. All right, okay, this is different. So the aroma is a lot of dark fruit. It's plum, it's cherry, there's like some nuttiness to it, probably like walnut, hazelnut. You can kind of smell some hops in the background. It's very subtle, but it's got a very kind of sugary sweetness to it. This one's complex. It smells good. It definitely has a very dark fruit, kind of almost plum. It's in a cherry. It's definitely in there. Almost like a prune. I hate to say that word when describing a beer, but kind of that kind of fibrous prune aroma. So it smells good, actually. It smells great. It's got a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of kind of wintry spice to it. Maybe a little bit of allspice. Maybe even like a touch of nutmeg. I'm kind of making that up right now, but definitely has some unique characteristics. Definitely dark, wintry, rich. Cheers, let's get into it. Wow, that's good. So it lends, for me, it lends towards a kind of dark winter brew type flavor without all of the allspice, nutmeg, cinnamon. It's got that deep, rich, dark fruit, plum, again cherry. It's got a nice little kind of fresh nuttiness to it. It feels hearty. It's got a nice mouthfeel to it. It definitely has something that dissipates quicker than what I would have expected in terms of just the finish. It's got a really nice, smooth finish. Um, this is spot on actually for what they're going after. So, February 14th, you're going to be home alone. Let's say you don't have a Valentine, so hence you don't like the holiday, and you want to have a good beer and a good night's sleep because of this. Um, it's actually really good. It's not at all something I would lend to go to. And actually, I just misquoted something. I think this is kind of ironic and funny. They quoted the alcohol ABVs as 6.666%, which is a little what's the word? Depressing. But again, if you're not a fan of that Valentine's Day, it's one of those things where maybe you think it's from the devil. I don't know, but obviously they're playing off that. It's a very well brewed beer. We reviewed Mad Elf recently, and Mad Elf is a really high powered ABV beer, very similar to this. I think this is a toned down. That's from Trodes. This is a toned down version of Mad Elf, where you don't have nearly the high alcohol content. It's really smooth and easy to drink, and it's got a really good blend of fruitiness, dark fruitiness, malt, but it's also got this really cool characteristic that just kind of fills your mouth but doesn't overdo it. And that's what I would really summarize with this beer. They don't overdo the fruitiness, the maltiness, the sweetness, the hoppiness. It's just got it's really good. I would definitely buy this again. Again, it's not a type of beer I normally would gravitate to, but it's definitely worth the money at $8 or $9 a bottle. So if you've tried the My Bloody Valentine from AleSmith Brewing Company, please leave comments on each channel or our website. We upload all the time. We appreciate your comments and you watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as always, we will see